Ugh, Jesus. Why can't I stop? Why can't I stop sneezing? Jeez.
Any freedom they promise is bullshit.
You guys, this is a Casima episode? This is a Casima and Delphine episode. Right? Whee! Okay. It's like, why not make myself match up and everything, you know, right? So, I don't know what's on my shirt. It's probably water. Hello. Excuse me, wrong one. Hello, my name is Chantel from Chantel is Probably Sorry. I do actually have introductory comments this time. I guess if you want to skip them, check the description for the time the actual reaction starts, and also the time the discussion starts and the time the bonus starts. I break it all down in the time map for your time map. I break it all down in the description for you. I don't know what's going on with me today. I will probably be having cramps, so if you see me go it's I have spasms in my leg for some reason. But okay, so this is Orphan Black 505, E's for Idle Millionaires. This sticky note here, those are all my talking points from my introductory comments. My introductory comments themselves are things that I think about and didn't say. It's like I think about while I'm editing, or I think about as the week goes on, or just that I think in general about the show. And then I just say them at the beginning of the next episode and go into it. And they also include perhaps sometimes my expectations. I don't know what to expect in this episode. I have not been spoiled. I'm literally avoiding the internet. I've been avoiding the internet for weeks, you guys. So, Kira and Sarah reversed. I think it's interesting how the roles have somewhat reversed between Sarah and Kira, and how Sarah was the one that originally left Kira. I also think it's interesting how much Sarah loves Kira, but you know that she had still left for all that time, and how suddenly she just decided that she realized that she was doing the wrong thing, and you know that she just wanted to change her life just like that. I mean, I've always thought that was interesting, but then also just how much she loves Kira. And I think I just noticed how, you know, in the beginning we had it so that Sarah would disappear from Kira and be absent, and Kira would be the one wanting the love of her mother and not actually getting it because her mother wasn't there. And now it's Kira, the one who is in a way shunning Sarah. And I mean, I know it's different, they're still together, but it's just an interesting thing I noticed. So now Sarah is the one who is lacking something in the connection between her and her daughter, and saying something's missing, something's wrong, you know, she's shutting me out. And I just think it's interesting how those roles have reversed. I think Kira's desire to be normal is also interesting. That argument, that fake argument in order to steal Elizabeth Perkins' wallet, part of me feels as though there was some truth behind what Sarah was saying. Like, I'm sick of your secrets, how even in some jokes there's truth in them, or some, you know what I'm saying. Like, sometimes you watch a prank online or something and people just, you know, speak their damn mind and pass it off as a joke. But there was some truth in what Sarah was saying to what it means to become you. I thought that phrase was interesting, that Elizabeth Perkins, I think her name was. Please hope I'm saying the lady's name right. Yeah, Elizabeth Perkins. I wrote it down on last week's sticky. I don't know. I mean, I guess that phrase is in my mind. And I think S's reaction to that phrase, and just, I really do enjoy, because in season 3 was the first time Sarah called S mom that we've seen. I really do enjoy their bond. I don't want anyone to die. I was like, if S dies, I'm losing. No one's gonna die. Yep. So Delphine is feeding S info. Castor versus Lita. Don't know why I wrote that down. Because of Cody versus Susan. Got it. I mean, I'm glad we got that background info as to why Castor and Lita were actually separated. I think that was, I mean, info is great. Monsters Inc., Sarah, Helena, Kitty, Boo. In that, I think it was a convent scene where Sarah comes in to see Helena. Yeah, Sarah is like, oi, meathead. And Helena just smiles and gets so happy. When I was editing that, it reminded me of that scene from Monsters Inc. Kitty opens the door and then you hear Boo, Kitty! And you see, you know, Sully's face just light up. It just, yes, that was Sarah and Helena. I think it's interesting that Sarah, I like to see the way that Sarah protects Helena, and I think that that is good for Helena, because Helena just, she needs the love, okay, and she's finding the love. But I also think that even though Helena, I think it's interesting because even though Helena is such a badass, and Helena can literally murder you, her sister is protecting her, and Helena is still very vulnerable. And I mean, I just think that dynamic itself is interesting, especially considering their relationship in the past where they were trying to hurt or kill each other. Oh, no, there's one more thing. Cal. Wonder if we're going to see Cal again. Last time I heard of him, he was on Game of Thrones, right? I'm not sure if he's still on Game of Thrones. I don't watch that. I'll probably catch up on that one day because I've watched like 2 seasons. Hopefully my internet doesn't do the thing it was doing last time where it kept pausing because I will get upset. I'm ready.
Shit.
I'm not dead. I need you.
We came for the fountain.
Rachel is ramping up their agenda.
I think it's an ogre.
I don't know. It's pretty human.
Ogre is not really because
Chosen scientist.
Cody.
PTA.
she's getting out. She's gonna be a thing this season. Oh, so I mean, I guess we're gonna. She sighs. Tatiana just sighs so much. She sighed again. You know what? It's just something I noticed. Once you notice it, you can't unnotice it. So sorry for pointing it out. In my rewatch with Dahia, I pointed it out to her. And she was like, Chantal, why did you do that? Now I can't stop thinking about it. Listen to how much she sighs, though.
This could be your story. It's not.
Do you hear that?
Every foster kid dreams.
Every
their
season,
lost
every
family.
single character. Every
Down.
episode. I can't stop thinking about it.
My boy.
She was in like episode 1 and episode 2 of the rewatches that I am doing.
You need to leave right now.
You okay, babe? You know, it took me 4 seasons to realize that she also had a tattoo on this arm. It literally took me 4 seasons and 10 episodes before I realized she had a tattoo on this.
Seriously, who is it?
Idiot. Babe is so cute, though.
This organism and derivative genetic material is restricted intellectual property. You can't let them win.
I'm intellectual property, Delphine.
None of this matters.
They made me sick.
Then we'll find a cure, okay?
There's nothing that's mine.
Hey, you have me.
You
Yeah.
You were paid to lie to me.
I'm sorry.
Ow, I have a cramp in my leg.
Come here.
Oh, this
I
come
can
here.
promise you one thing. Here. I will always work to protect you. And you will win.
They own me, Delphine.
Oh, there's so much. Oh, these
No, they
flashbacks.
don't.
So important.
They do.
Not your integrity.
My integrity.
Not your intellect.
My intellect.
Not your humor.
My humor.
Defy them. Live your life with every ounce of passion that I know that you have. They will never own you.
I'm not even sure if I can sing. Ooh, ooh. Yeah, 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 yeah. It's a flashback. Obviously, I was just like, I'm gonna rewatch that on my own time. I think that's what I said about the Kofi scene in 501 too. But I mean, I'm gonna edit it, so obviously I'm gonna see it again. But that was a lot. Like, I'm not talking about I'm talking about the words. I mean, that was a lot otherwise as well. But I'm talking about specifically the words that were exchanged. These flashbacks are really killing the game. Oh, well, maybe this isn't a Cosima episode. Maybe that was only a flashback, but still, killing the game. Or perhaps it is. Her eyes are so pretty. Aisha's a cutie pie.
I'm getting better.
Can I borrow this?
The way Cosima interacts with children,
There you are.
A+.
But he doesn't want to hurt anybody.
Yeah, that's what I said about Mud. Wanting to protect the creature, having a relationship with the monster, the him in the woods, excuse me. Look, it's me and Santa Claus.
Back in your shelter, please.
To an historic moment. All your hard work is finally paying off.
Thank you. It's good to be home. Color the roof?
I'm not glitching, Susan. You always acuity test me when you want to change the subject.
Oh, because I still care.
Part of me ships it. Never mind. I'm not gonna say anything. What are we doing? Oh, yes, that's right. I'm doing me.
Surrogate selection is complete. 1,300 subjects.
I'm so glad that you urged us to snap up the patent on those treatments. All right. If anyone deserves Casima's inoculation, it's you. More than any of them. Ramya, your friend Casima, she crosses certain lines.
Friend.
Sensitive research.
What is it you need to know?
Are we doing this again? Okay. Don't let me down, Wilfie.
Hidden the knives.
Hello, Mother. You're looking well. I'm sorry. If it helps. It doesn't.
I'm sure that it took me a minute to say that. I'm sure that there are some people who are like super Rachel stans who view every single action that Rachel does as very complex. I'm not sure I'm one of those people. But I mean, when I think about it, it is complex. I mean, her relationship with her mother and father, thinking they were dead, finding out they were not, losing her father right in front of her, reverting to a childlike tantrum in both that and what she did with the bone marrow. Very childlike tantrum, the same way that Helena exhibits childlike behavior because of trauma she experienced in her childhood. Rachel sometimes reverts to that as well. But I mean, this whole interaction, I think it's just because of the way Tatiana acts Rachel. It's like, I don't know what to think, you know? It's just like, I don't think that Rachel actually feels, you know, she's on my end, so it's possible she does, but I just don't feel as though Rachel actually feels remorse for stabbing her mother. But, I mean, obviously she would. Or it would make sense that she would, because these are her parents that she thought were dead. And I don't know, it's just a whole lot.
My cat. She's in my care. Make no mistake. PT put me at his right hand. Culprit runs the science.
Yeah. Remember that time that Delphine shoved her fingers in Rachel's eye socket?
Whatever he needs, Rachel.
So, I mean, like, yeah, okay.
Hey.
Oh.
Nice of you to stop in. Yeah, I just landed. You look great. I heard that the treatment was working. Yeah, it's working. I saw you go up to the house. Okay. They're manipulating tumors, not with chemotherapy, but with gene therapy. For Wilms tumor. Yes, the Wilms tumor is caused by a gene associated with organ development that normally shuts off in infancy, in 28A, right? But with Wilms tumor, the kidney continues to grow and it becomes cancerous.
I love this show.
And I'll tell you whatever you want to know about all the grown-up stuff we do. Okay.
We're getting somewhere.
So this is what
I love them so much.
Right, so Project Leader
Disappears into the jungles of Southeast Asia at the beginning of the 20th century.
This is so
goes dormant. Until
organized.
the late 1950s.
I saw him. I saw the cage that they're keeping. Christina, stop. Then they're doing horrific. Hey! You are pushing too hard. They know you're digging. I have to. No, right now you're risking everything that I'm doing on the outside. What are you doing on the outside? You can't tell me, right? Right. Okay. Why am I not just listen to me? I'm listening.
Delphine, you requested for dinner.
I'm coming too.
You're not invited.
Go away, mean Santa.
Here until I get back. Lynn 28A. Tell Westmoreland I found his bouncing.
Okay, ad. So the ads are playing right now, and usually I would say things during the ads, but what I've decided to do is just save all my comments unless they're pertinent enough for me to pause the show. I will save all my comments towards the end. I've been writing the heck stuff down. I have stuff to say about Delphine, I have stuff to say about Rachel, Ira. Yeah. This
You
is...
want us to dress up for him?
Yes?
No.
Dress or leave.
Redress. Thank you.
Go away, mean Santa.
Rachel's studying connected to whatever shit they're doing here.
This is why she ends up wearing the dress and she ends up wearing the tux.
Are you long in a dress like this? Rock that.
Casima's great.
This is not appropriate.
It's totally appropriate. You wanted to speak with me?
Follow me.
Hey, what are you doing?
What is this?
Susan.
Tatiana in that.
Still alive, yes.
I didn't know whether to believe it.
Yes. Rachel will be along shortly.
That'd be weird, PT.
Yes, here we are. Sorry to keep you waiting.
It's like, that's my girl, what you doing?
Thank you.
Susan, I believe they're onto us.
Painfully awkward.
You have a lot of dead things in here.
Yes, isn't it delightful?
Yeah. Did you kill them?
You know what this reminds me of? The way Delphine was just looking at Casima. When, Pretty Little Liars, Maya, Emily, and Emily's mom were out to dinner. And Maya was so mad at Emily's mom. Because she was mad, she was being petty at dinner. And so Emily was just looking at her like, bitch, what you doing?
Is the fading art of hated.
Gain a spot aboard the Beagle without knowing
She's sexy.
accident. You like
Sorry.
it? I always felt it. that he had failed his position father
Delphine's like, bitch, what you doing?
and his adoring mother.
And professors, and they live on a houseboat, so they're pretty remote. Anyway, but
Her family, her life. I'm ready. For what, babe?
they're in love. And they love me. But I haven't even told them I'm sick.
You guys, I have stuff to
I
say.
know that everything's a lie. Hello, Casima.
Hey, bitch.
I'll be right down.
That dress looks good. There. I love this.
Her healing ability is the self-regulating mutation of the gene, which does not cause cancer, unlike Aisha, whose cancer you've manipulated, not cured.
Delphine told us you took a tour of my basement.
Yeah, you let me down, babe. Yeah, at first I was like, come on, Delphine. Don't let me down. You let me down.
Do you remember when you told me you were sick? You remember? I made a promise. I promised to protect you. And I promised to defy them. This is what we do. I push too hard and you do things without my consent. That's our relationship. Now we can end it. Or I can just accept it as it is.
Still beeping in the background. This is a Casima and Delphine theme, the music.
That felt like accepted. Yes.
Get married.
This is what he does. He divides women.
The way her hand is on her neck. Adorable. Adorable. I don't know why I say it like that. Adorable. This show tests the science. What becomes too much when trying to reach a certain goal in science or in medicine? Like, what becomes too much? We see that question a lot on this show. How much is too much? How far are you willing to go? What are you willing to do in order to achieve a goal? Like, for example, that whole issue with Sarah taking bone marrow from Kira so that Casima wouldn't die. How far are you willing to go? And in the 100, kind of spoilery, not like spoilery, but that situation, I think it was 405 or 406. Are you willing to actually kill someone in order to see if this solution would save the entire human race?
You synthesized it and put it in a major genome to see if accelerated healing would manifest in you, which it didn't.
But it
It
manifested
manifested in
Kira.
the unexpected second generation.
Wow. That,
There's an emergency.
he looks good.
Stay put.
How are you going to exploit Kira's mutation?
Don't you know?
No, I don't.
What do you think? We have to know if the trait is heritable.
What?
You're going to harvest her eggs.
Jesus.
This is where it got in.
I'm going to stop him myself then. Lock the door behind me.
The roof red.
What?
It was red.
Are you glitching?
Oh, shit. Oh, damn it. I think I've actually liked Ira. I didn't. Whatever. I'm not gonna process that. Yes.
He was shot. Go help him. No. Come on. PTA
he's not well. That's why all of this has been happening.
I knew that too. PT sick, or, you know, dying. Wait, didn't you just say don't go down there?
Don't go down there.
Bitch, what the hell?
Giannis. He was a healthy kid, like Kira. All this suffering just so you can extend your life?
How
You're
far
not
you
even
gonna
170, that's all smoke.
You want to end the suffering. Yeah, you can do it. I want you. Go ahead. You do the ethical thing. Go on.
How far are you willing to go? And this is why she says you can't take away my humanity. You guys, it's everything.
You gave me life. I know you can take that away. You can't take away my humanity.
Damn. Context is so important.
I'm so sorry.
Don't lock her in there, please.
Okay.
What the This is not the first time either. First, I don't even know what to think. I mean, we're lucky he has good aim, first of all. Rest in peace, Giannis. But then also, why do people keep killing other people in front of Cosima? This is going to mess her up. We saw her having flashbacks to Kendall's death in 407, the anti-socialism of sex. And she didn't even see that with her own eyes. She just saw him get murdered. This show. So is Delphine gonna disappear for like 4 more episodes and then randomly come back? Kind of like how she did. I mean, she's on another show, right? So, X Company. Which, and I mean, X Company and probably other projects was the reason she wasn't in season 4. So, and by that I mean Evelyn. I mean Evil Broccoli. I have a cousin who I call Evil Broccoli because her name is Evelyn. Cosima, I mean Tatiana. A+ Tatiana. Oh, this is, wait, yes, I've seen this picture. But then Kira opens her eyes and I'm like, why can't you just be a normal kid, Kira? Why do you have to be creepy? Or at least in the picture, her eyes were open. Hey, don't, be careful, babe. In the picture, her eyes were open. I was like, Kira, just be like a normal kid, please. Don't be freaking creepy. Oh, it is. I thought it was Delphine.
Siobhan, your deep throat, the one that led us to Cody. Can we count on them again?
Oh,
I'm not sure we should have in the first place. But why?
so that wasn't Delphine.
Because however
who gave
they're
her
planning to exploit Kira, it's happening soon.
that info. Oh, I thought it was Delphine that gave her the info. Let me just listen to the song right quick. There's an actual song. Okay, that's it then. Oh, I think we're going to see Crystal next episode because I just saw a sneak peek with Crystal in it. Or someone pretend to be Crystal. Because I did see that wig on Sarah's thing, and Sarah pretended to be Crystal before. If you look at my sticky notes, literally. So those are all my intro comments. Those are the things I was written down during the episode, and then there's more. And by when I say written down, I mean that I wrote down, excuse me. I think that the flashbacks in general are important, like the flashbacks we saw for Allison, as well as that one flashback we saw for Cosima and, I mean, Delphine. They just bring I value them so much. They just bring so much more to the show and to the characters. Like, that puts some things into context too. That scene, that Coffin scene in the beginning, beautiful. A+, 100%, you know, that wonderfully acted. A+. The possibility that Kira could, if they're not careful, also be turned into a monster, then, I mean, I wrote that down because, I mean, that threat has been present since we found out the origin of Giannis's monstrosity. And it's them. The fact that he had the Lin-28A gene, and because of the experiments, you know, he is who he is now. Was, I mean, I guess PT Cruiser shot him in the head. Ira is jealous. It comes off, it bleeds. Ira's also glitching, which is a bummer, because I think I actually like Ira. Damn it. He's gonna die unless they find a cure for him. Rachel now has a cure. Rachel's still being Rachel. She was enlightened for like a short period of time, and, you know, she's being Rachel. I gave some thoughts about Rachel during the episode. I thought they were going to resume cloning, but apparently that's not what they're doing. I mean, not saying that they aren't going to, but MK was like, Rachel's recruiting surrogates. Turns out the surrogates are for testing the gene, whether the gene is heritable or not, and not necessarily for cloning. I mean, I guess we'll see more about that. Maybe I'm incorrect, but that's what it sounded like. Spiny mice. Oh, that's just so I can remember the name of the mouse. I love that we heard more about Cosima's parents. We never met them. You know, we never met them, we'll probably never meet them, but at least we heard about them. I value that a lot. Cosima at the dinner scene. Also, what was PT doing there with Delphine? You saw that? Did you see those looks Cosima was giving PT? Like, what are you doing? Why is your arm around her? Stop it. I wrote down the nicknames. I'll save Delphine's actions for the end, see what else I have before I discuss Delphine. They're in Geneva.
Did he say Geneva?
Lin-28 is in the Lita genome now, which explains Kira's regenerative or healing abilities. It doesn't explain her connection to the sisters, but it does at least explain that much. PT is dying. I think I didn't figure that out on my own, but I think it was another person's reaction I saw that was like, PT's probably dying, and I was like, oh, okay, cool. Giannis. I mean, rest in peace, dude. Dude. Why are there so many tragic characters on this show? Like, why did they do that? Why are you making me hurt? Tragic character, life ruined just because he's other and special, and people went too far with who he just went too far, destroyed him. And I mean, I guess he got put out of his misery per se, but still, that was a tragic character, and he just wanted to come home. They really, why does this show do things like this? And then last but not least, I'll talk about Delphine's actions. I have a friend, Stanley. If you watched my 501, then you know that he does not like Delphine. And it's because I think of her actions in season 3, where we got to see her transform, or not transform into Rachel, but become more like the character Rachel. to become more like that character because of her position, and she had to make compromises and sacrifices that were always in the best interest of the clones, even though it may not have been in the best interest for her relationship with Cosima. And actually, I view that situation as pretty kind of tragic as well. I mean, Delphine had to make the sacrifice, countless sacrifices, just to make sure that these people are safe. And, I mean, she suffers because of it, for one. These are sacrifices that she suffers from. And then on top of that, she gets shit for it. From, I mean, everyone. She gets shit for it. And then the part of the audience, I'm sure, doesn't like her because of those actions. Even though those actions are literally for the protection of the clones. However, I do also understand that thing that I do also understand how someone, when I say understand, I understand how someone could come to a conclusion, not saying that I agree with how they think, but I do understand how someone could dislike Delphine or dislike the relationship between Cosima and Delphine because of the questionable actions that Delphine has had to commit. Or, you know, the things that she's done that have been questionable, and the times, especially considering how they started this, Cosima and Delphine started this under false pretenses, where Delphine was lying to her in the beginning and started it, you know, that's her monitor. And even now, Delphine is still put in the position where, for the protection of the girls and of Cosima, that she has to, you know, she told PT about was there something else she could have told him about? I don't know. I'll think about it. I'll come up with a decision on that next week. But I mean, there's a lot more hanging in the balance here than just one's emotions. There are lives hanging in the balance here, including Kira's life. But then also that line there, I think Cosima was like, I push too hard and you do things without my consent. Sums it up pretty much. And I think that could be a bother for some people, and understandably so. I mean, if you're one of the people that are not okay with the dynamic of their relationship, then like, okay, that's cool. I'm not gonna knock you for that. I just happen to see it in a more complex light than just simply black and white. You did this action incorrectly, therefore, you know, I see it more complex than that. Yes, it is disappointing to see, but like disappointing to see Delphine letting me down, because like I was rooting for you, Delphine. Damn it, this happened again. But at the same time, I understand exactly why it happened, and it's really interesting that there's so much about their relationship. Not that I necessarily think it's unhealthy. It's just there's so much there. The fact that they have to withhold so much from each other, or at least I know at one point they were, how they, you know, can't, and I hope that we will see them get out of this situation to the point where they can have a normal relationship. A normal relationship in which they don't have to withhold, and they don't have to lie, and they don't have to keep the science separate, or, you know, do crazy science. No. Crazy science. No, it's on the ground. But in the current circumstances and situations they are in, that is just, they're doing the best with kind of what they have. And nobody asked to be in these situations. We asked for that. Especially, now that I'm thinking about it, especially after seeing that scene where Delphine was comforting Cosima after Cosima found out that, you know, she was intellectual property. And just seeing, Evelyn, great job. And just seeing the tenderness in Delphine's interactions with Cosima, and just hearing Delphine's opinions and beliefs and love for Cosima. Because, let's be honest, Delphine, like, fell for Cosima from, like, the beginning of season 1. Because remember when she came, it was, like, I think the finale of season 1, Endless Forms, Both Beautiful. She came to the house. Cosima was like, why are you here? And she was like, because I and she didn't say anything, but a lot of people are convinced that she's like, because I, you know, I love you. Because I love you, bitch. No. So let's be honest. Delphine already loved Cosima from way back when. So that you could see the love there. You could just see how much she loves and cares for Cosima. And that, I think, is irrefutable. That is not able to be argued. Wow. I'm very happy for that flashback. I don't know why I'm so in love with these damn flashbacks, but I am. Alright, I think that's it for me to say. I'm sure I could say more about Delphine and Cosima's relationship, but I mean, maybe next week. If I think of anything else, it'll be in my intro comments. Okay, well, I am reacting to the rest of this season, obviously. Doing a rewatch. I mention this every day, or every single video I make. I'm doing a rewatch of Orphan Black 1 through 5. Look, you guys, I even have my dividers set up for it. Orphan Black 1, 2, 3, 4, and then Orphan Black 5 is up here. But yeah, I'm doing a rewatch. I'm watching Winona Earp. Doing the last few episodes of Pretty Little Liars, season 7. I think that's it. So, I mean, like, subscribe if any of those things interest you. Leave a like if you like this video. Thank you for watching, in case I didn't already say it, because I know I talk so damn much. Have a great day. Have a great experience in whatever you're doing, and bye. Hello.
You remember your car accident, Kira?
Look here, bitch. Just do the right thing. Thanks. Jesus. Hello, my name. There was some truth in what Sarah was saying to S. He was special. He had the Lin28A genome gene. You know what I mean? Sorry, I got a cramp. Excuse me. Wow, I'm surprised I didn't get cramps all throughout that episode. Sleep, my child. Da, 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 da. I'm hungry. I'm not gonna eat though. Stands. I dropped my pen. Hurry up, because I gotta pee, dude. And I just want to make sure that. Okay.
We're all working on the end game, but I can't share information.
End game. Not like spoilery. Gonna have to pee. Waiting for the ads to stop. Ooh, yeah. Ooh. I'm actually going to use the restroom. I'll be right back. And pie. I gotta pee.